We are here at the Power of Plants Festival at Hopton Court. We've got this really lovely massive manor house behind us. We're in about 1,000 acres of the Shropshire countryside. There's this amazing valley down here behind me. We are surrounded by woodlands, rivers. It's really just a paradise here. The Power of Plants Festival is put on every year by the National Institute of Medicinal Herbalists, and we have loads and loads of talks. Some of them cross over, and I really want to go to so many of them. It's so hard to pick. We've got amazing food here, we've got drinks, we've got talks, loads of small businesses. It's really this lovely communal festival atmosphere. This runs for 3 days and we are only on day 1 and I'm already loving it. I'm already having so much fun. Let's go. Check the fit. Aren't I cute? Don't I look cute? So it is boiling today and I'm taking a brief respite to sit by a lake under some trees and cool off. It is so unbelievably hot. But I thought I'd tell you where we are so far. Yesterday, technically day 0.5, we got here, set up all of our camping stuff, went to the bar, had a few drinks and a little bit of look around, got our bearings. And today so far, I went to this amazing talk on permaculture and had some really, really good food, some coffee and done a little bit of shopping. It's been really good. I will show you some of the things I got a little at the end. At the end of this, I'll do a haul. morning. It's the start of day 2, and I thought I'd recap day 1. So this is our program, and I'm referencing this for the talks I went to. We started doing yoga at the Woods with Janette Colbridge-Vaze, and she was incredible. She was amazing, and I do yoga every week, right? I feel like I'm pretty good. And then she gave me an adjustment on my back, and it cracked, and it was amazing. And I was just like, I did not know that was not lining up, and it feels great. And there were some like new bits in it that were really challenging that I'd never done before. But she was really good at making, variations for everyone that worked for them, and it was really good. I really enjoyed that. There's gonna be another one of those on Sunday, and I'm running to it. At 10 o'clock, I went to the talk on Permaculture by Klaudia Van Gool. That was really interesting. I learned a lot, and I think I realised that a lot of it was very common sense principles that if they're just not at the front of your brain, you don't really think about them, but kind of making a garden kind of according to your need. And I did learn some things that I'm going to implement, and I think it has made me think differently about my garden and what I'm doing with it. So I'm very excited about that. I'm going to, for next year, plan out a load of new stuff. So that'll be cool. Then I didn't go to any of the like midday-ish talks. I went shopping, which was a mistake. I've got no money now. I was like, I went too hard in day 1. And there's this Mediterranean food store here, and it's really good. And I had an aubergine tagine. It was so good. It was so good. It was so nice. Then I went to a talk by Cary-Ann Hornsey about building an apothecary, and I feel like there was a load of stuff I already knew, but there were just so many little tidbits of things that I would not have thought about, which is really cool. I really like learning from other herbalists and other kind of like herbal medicine practitioners. I've got a book as well, which is really good. And we've just kind of been like supporting each other, like all through the festival the last 2 days, and it's like having a chat every now and then, and it's really nice. And it's just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? That was really lovely. And then we went to a talk on trauma-informed herbalism by Becs, Griffiths, and Annwen Jones, and it was really, really good. A huge part of it was kind of what is trauma and trauma versus stress, and how that might come up in a clinic, and how we react differently to show that we're trauma-informed, rather than just talking the talk. How do you walk the walk? And then kind of herbs were a little bit at the end, and there were lots of really good things that I wouldn't have thought of, and I have come away with a reading list that was really good. And then we went to Steve Taylor's Herbal Tales in the Woods at like 8 o'clock at night, and it was really nice. And I've got loads of my friends from my school here, and one of them in particular, she was like, you can use our stove to cook food, and I was so thankful, because I've got a little stove with me, and hers is so much better. But Steve Taylor's Herbal Tales in the Woods, they were really cool. Kind of went through all the planets and told stories around them and the plants and folklore, and they're just such a storyteller. They're really good. But we've got another whole day of talks today, and we're about to go to a meditation and gentle morning concert in the woods with Emaline Delapaix. Emaline Delapaix. But I'm excited. This can be a nice and chill morning. I need to keep getting ready. See you guys a bit later.
With the power of the sun, light washes the dark. vibrating through time. I feel you now. Oh, summer night, I cannot sleep while you're here. My mind is blooming and my heart is glad you're near. Oh, summer night, I wait in the garden under your moon, drawing down energy.
Do you guys like my outfit? I feel like it's giving hippie holiday dad. Hippie holiday dad. Ooh. Hello. This one feels even more awkward to record because there are people everywhere. But we're here, and I'm trying not to disturb anyone's meditations. Final day, and I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. I love it. I've had so much fun, but I'm exhausted. Yesterday was a very long day, a very academically heavy day. I was at 4 lectures that were about an hour and a half long each, between an hour and a half long each, and it took up so much of my day, and by the end of it I was just dead. It was so hot. But I went to Simon Mill's talk on the gut and your own phytomedicine, and it's a lot about the gut plant interactions, the microbiome. It was really interesting. Yesterday was a lot about the microbiome. It was really interesting, and Simon Mills is very established in the herbal community. Listening to him talk was great. He's also really funny. It was just great because it's a very heavy science-based presentation, and he was just really funny, and that made it all like so much easier. Then we went to Marco's Patchett, the medieval X-ray, which was all about herbal astrology and how the basically like Old English medical astrologers worked and kind of how they did a diagnosis, because like there was a time where like astrology was just part of everyday life, and that included kind of a lot of medicine, and seeing how it was worked out and how it's used. It was really, really fascinating. He's got 2 books out on cacao, and I really want both of them, but I'm trying to withhold my excitement. But he was awesome, and that was just wall to wall packed of information. It was very like academically dense. It was really, really cool, really interesting. I learned a lot. After that, like my brain was kind of done. But then I had a talk by Lucie Bradley on children and family herbal medicine. I really, really liked that talk as well. Again, very academic, very dense, like so much information. But there was a lot of like confidence in that one about starting to treat kind of new parents and children, and how like the family dynamics kind of feed into illness, and a lot about nutrition. It was really, really interesting. And then I ended the day on Natasha Richardson's Hormone Health. Natasha Richardson is the founder of Forage Botanicals. I bought one of her glycerites while I was here. It's so good. I'm a little bit obsessed. But she was really cool. Like when she presents herself and she presents her talk, you can tell that she knows her shit, because it's this level of like almost quiet confidence. Gave me a lot of confidence, and was very heavily about the gut microbiome as well. So we did a lot of like gut talks yesterday. But here's one thing I love about plant medicine, because I was going to a lot of the really academic ones. My husband's obviously here with me. He's been doing plant poetry. He's been doing art. He's been doing earth mandalas. He's done sound healing sessions. Like, he's been having the most relaxing time of his life, and I feel like I've been doing an academic intensive. There's a really good balance of all the talks here of like fun and relaxed, and then like really heavily academic. And I have just picked the very heavily academic ones, and I feel like I could have picked a few more fun ones. But this is a problem, because the academic talks are just so interesting, but it's at the same time of all the like lighter, more fun stuff as well. So I feel like yesterday drained me quite a lot. It was a very long day, and every night there's like a party in the evening, and we've been going to that. I clocked it at midnight. I couldn't do any more than that. My husband, being the extrovert that he is, came back to the tent sometime around 2 a.m. and he was like, I was at a fire and I made new friends. It's just good for you, baby. I was asleep. I was out of it. And we are comfortably in day 3 now. I spent this morning, I did a sound bath, the most gorgeous sound bath. I'm going to leave the details of the person that ran it, because she was amazing. She brought out like herbs, herbal teas, and she also used, it wasn't just your standard like crystal bowls, which are always lovely, but there were lots of different things. So your mind didn't have a chance to wander off too much from the prompt, because it just brought you to like another part. It was really, really nice. And like there's a few things that she brought out that I just 100% have to go and buy. There were these like wind chime things, and I just loved them. They sounded just like twinkly fairies. And then I spent this morning packing up the tent and the car, and Yev and Jasmine are at, where are they at right now? They are at a Circle of Trees talk that sounds amazing, but if I didn't pack up now, we wouldn't be packing up until like 3:30, and it's the hottest part of the day. We're not doing that. So they're at a Circle of Trees talk. I really wanted to make the plant law and science talk, but it doesn't seem to be on. That's okay. So I'm taking this time to have a bit of a break and film my piece to camera about day 3. This is like the only break I've had. But this has been lovely. It's only a half day today, so everything ends at 3:30, and then everything has to be off site by like 5 or 6 or something like that. And I could really do with a shorter day. I'm so tired. It's been lovely. It's been so much fun, but I'm genuinely exhausted, because we got here obviously Thursday night because we were camping. It was, with traffic, ended up being a 6-hour drive, and so Thursday was a long day. It was a 6-hour drive, and then come and camp and set up and have some drinks, meet some people. There's a really cool bar here, and it's all like botanical beers. They're so good. Every single one of them is good, because I've had all of them. And then there's a guy here that does kombucha, and he does like botanical kombuchas, and the lavender kombucha is probably my new favourite thing. It was so good. I've used my brain a lot. I don't really want to use it anymore. There's a few really interesting talks today. I've obviously missed the first one, but there's one on at 12 by Graham Tobin, the Culpeper translations. You've been here a while. I'm a Culpeper fangirl. I really am. And so I'm so excited for the Culpeper translations. So I'm going to go to that one today. And then there's a clash in the last set of talks for the day, and there are 2 that I really want to go to, and I've been having this problem all week. But there's one on Caribbean herbal medicine that looks fantastic, but there's also one on plant spirits, and I'm at that point of like, do I go for another academic talk? Can my brain take another academic talk? or do I go for something slightly lighter with the plant spirits one? Not necessarily lighter, it could be another really academic talk, but something that's a bit more, I guess, of a personal interest rather than an academic interest, you know, because I'm like academically interested in herbal, like Caribbean herbal medicine, but I think I have a personal interest in the plant spirits thing. I know what I'll pick. We'll see. But I'm going to enjoy the last 15 minutes that I have to myself, and I'm going to lay in the grass and do nothing because I'm so tired. I will see you guys later. Bye. Hi there. I don't want to have to try and get my microphone like all the way through my dress, so it's attached to my drumstick and we're just gonna live with that. This is where we're at. But it's Monday, I'm back home, I've spent pretty much the day editing because I want to get this vlog up this week. But I thought I would recap yesterday. I started the day on the most wonderful sound bath. Packed up the car, didn't make the first session in the end like you saw, but I had a really lovely like restful time. I found my friend and we just laid on the grass and just relaxed and chatted and rested a little bit while Yev was in a circle of trees talk, and he got to do some art and he was like singing and chanting. He had a lovely time. And I had a lovely restful time, so it was pretty perfect. Then I went to the Culpeper Translations talk by Graham Tobin, and I loved it. It gave a lot of historical context on like how and why prescriptions looked the way they looked, what we can do with that and learn from that for today, for modern day. It also went a bit into like herbal traditions and becoming really well versed and well acquainted with one tradition. The kind of depth of practice you get when you really devote yourself to something. And there are people that take like little bits of TCM and little bits of Ayurveda, but if you haven't got the depth of understanding and commitment to one practice, how much of that have you actually got, was one of the points. And I really loved it. I really liked it. I really resonated with it. I wanted to talk to him after the talk, but he was busy and I had to go to my next talk. I had a little bit of a break and did the last of my shopping. I have just filmed a haul. I had actually intended for the haul to be part of this video on the end, but I ended up recording for nearly an hour just talking about the products and everything I got, and I've cut it down and been editing and it's like 30 minutes still, so I realised they have to be 2 videos, so the immediate next video going up will be the haul. Be ready for that one. It's edited and ready to go. But I got some really cool things, and actually on one of the stalls where I got some, I think it was on Saskia's flower essences, where I got a couple products that you can see in the haul video, everyone got to pick a little card to take away with them, and it's a little message from a plant, and I got from the beech tree, "There is no wrong way." And I thought that was so cute. I thought it was so sweet. We got some food, played like duck and dive from wasps. Oh, there was the most amazing chai on, I think it was Land Food Medicine, and they have it online. I think I'm going to order a bottle. It was so good. So good. I would happily replace kind of coffee with that. It was just that good. But after a bit of shopping and Culpeper's medicine, went to the final talk of the day. I ended up going to Kemar Tucker's Caribbean herbal medicine talk, and I'm really glad I did. It was very interesting. Talked about his experience growing up in the Caribbean and herbal medicine and the way it's done there, and then coming over here and studying Western herbal medicine and graduating from that, and like what the difference in the experience has been. He talked about the transmigration of different plants and all the different things that he saw in the Caribbean, and that how that allowed him to connect to a load of plants here in the UK. He talked about kind of how plants have moved after like slavery and people being relocated, and how that changes your relationship to them. And I really loved when he spoke about how, from his experience in the Caribbean, it's that someone from each generation kind of trains as like a herbalist, that there's always one person in every family. It's more of a family thing to do herbal medicine. And then there might be people in each like community that are more specialized, but it's generally in the family and it's really common. It's a very different approach to here, but I really like that. I hadn't heard of him before, but he has a shop in London and I'm close by, so I might go and check it out at some point. I was really, really impressed with that talk. I wish some of the talks were recorded because there were quite a few that I wanted to go to, but because of clashes, I just couldn't. And I also found that when there are a lot of academic talks and then like creative talks at the exact same time, I found that I erred more towards the academic, not necessarily because I wanted to do all the academic talks, because I really wanted to do a lot of the creative ones that I just didn't do, but because I thought I'd miss out on really important information if I didn't. And I wish there was like recordings or notes available from these ones that I'd missed. Me, Jasmine and Yev did divide and conquer while we were there. So we had like, I would go to something, she would go to something if there was a clash, Yev would do something else, and then we'd come back and we'd compare notes and share notes. So we can, from that perspective, we managed to get notes from quite a lot of sessions, but there are still ones that I really, really wish I had been able to see, and I just couldn't. And I wish that I could have picked, I think, more of the creative ones. And I think that's a lesson I'll take to next year. Like, I wanted to do more of the creative and more of the spiritual ones. I think I did probably too many academic ones, even though I really loved them. I think I could have done with a few more of the creative ones, really, as almost like a restful thing. I loved that there was yoga and sound baths and woodland concerts that you could do first thing in the morning before everyone else arrived, and that was just for the people that were camping there and like staying on site. I genuinely loved that because it felt like you got to start the day on a really refreshing creative streak. I've met so many wonderful people over the course of this weekend and contacts that I'm hopefully going to take forward for life. And I really want to see a bunch of these people again. And I've got my little planner from it that has been completely defaced because it was noting down which ones I'm going to, Jazz is going to, Yev is going to, so that we could like meet up and share notes after. And it's also a really useful tool for me to like write down the names of and get the socials of everyone that I went and I saw. I overall had a really lovely time. I'm looking forward to the next one already. And make sure you stay tuned for the haul video. Another thing I want to mention just before I go is that I am hosting a plant connection circle. It's free or donation based. You get to pick depending on where you're at and what you would like to do. I'm selling tickets for it on my website. It is over Zoom, and you will learn about the magic, myth and medicine of a different plant every single month. It's in an evening and it's a place where you can unwind, learn a little bit, and you can choose to discuss your experiences with the group if you wish. And it's all just people who love plants. That's it. And want to dive a little bit deeper into the myth and magic behind plants. If you're interested in that, head to my website, www.thewisdomwench.co.uk, where you can get your tickets now. Again, free or donation based. Whatever you are able to contribute is amazing. And I would love to see you there. If you went to Power Plants and you had a talk that you particularly liked, learned a cool bit of information, or bought something awesome, drop it in the comments below. I'd love to see what your experience was. But for now, I will see you in the next one, which is going to be a haul video. It'll go up shortly after this. Make sure you go and check it out. And I'll see you again very soon. Have a great one, guys. Hi. There are people walking everywhere and I'm terrified. I hate doing piece to cameras in public, but here we are. There's a butterfly. I'm gonna take that as a good sign. Oh, that's really wonky. We can fix it in post. We always fix it in post. Just dropped all my microphone stuff everywhere. Video number 2, let's go. Look at me. Running on fumes. But